In other reports now, today is World Widows Day, a day set aside by the United Nations since 2011 to draw attention to the voices and experiences of widows and to galvanize support for their needs. The day comes as an opportunity for action towards achieving full rights and recognition for widows. And this includes providing them with information on access to a fair share of their inheritance, as well as land and productive resources, plus pensions and social protection that aren't based on marital status alone, decent work and equal pay, and education, as well as training opportunities. The UN says empowering widows to support themselves and their families also means addressing social stigmas that create exclusion, as well as discriminatory and harmful practices. Joining me now from our Abuja studio to discuss the plight of widows, which has, of course, become an international concern, is a widow herself and an advocate against harmful practices against widows. Mercy Jo Blankson, thanks for joining us. Welcome to TVC News. So, well, the death of your husband, Jo Blankson, made news 4 years ago, describing how he bravely helped about 14 others to survive a boat accident, but he himself sadly didn't survive it. How has it been for you living with the loss since then?
It's really not easy. Living without him and facing the challenges of life. You know, as a widow, I'm actually vulnerable. I'm speaking for myself and other widows as well, since today is International Widows Day. So I'm vulnerable to so many things like poverty, the harmful practices that widows face every day, the challenges in terms of health, children education, and the rest of them. So
for many widows, right, apologies for interruption, for interrupting you, but for many widows, they say their loss is compounded by the harsh treatment they get from the society and from their in-laws. What's it been like for you in this regard?
Okay, like when Joe died, right? He wasn't buried. I always do say this because it's something that I have to deal with every day. It's really affecting my mental health. Joe wasn't buried. Joe was just dumped somewhere around the water in the name of tradition. Like, it's our tradition, we don't need to bury him. And that's my own case. Other widows' cases, like some of them are forced to drink the water they used to wash their late spouse's body just to prove their innocence, you know. Right now I'm in Abuja. I have to move to Abuja because of some challenges I have. When Joe died, the governor promised me some money, like, I'm going to support you, the children education, with this certain amount of money, and which he's yet to fulfill. So my in-laws actually thought he gave me the money, and it caused some serious problems. So I had to leave for my safety and my children's safety. So that's my own case. In other widows' case, right, they are rendered homeless in the sense that they are running from one place to the other for shelter or for protection or just for the safety of their life. So it's really a huge one. Like, our safety is not secure, you know, it's not secure at all.
So what do you think can be done to, better the condition of widows, especially here in Nigeria?
I think custodians of law should abolish some certain things and set proper rules, laws on how widows should be treated. You know, they should make sure they eradicate some harmful practices, like washing of the dead body just to prove innocence, trying to take one thing or the other like an oath. You know, they should set laws they should set laws that will stand. It's not just to set laws without doing anything about it. They should set proper laws. Also, the federal government should also see that they back them up when they set the laws, you know, set proper laws. And also FIDA, although FIDA have been helpful to so many widows, they should also make it, how will I put it, like it shouldn't just be a one-side thing. They should go around, make inquiries to see how they can help. And also, I also like plead with widows, they shouldn't just be silent. So many of them are going through some problems that if you don't say a word, no one will know that you are going through this and no one will be able to help. So I plead with them to voice out, say what their challenge is. They don't know who can help or who may help.
All right, so you've said a lot, including that crucial bit now of how far a law would go. We understand that the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act is currently being amended at the House of Representatives. But you being an activist now, speaking out against these ills of harsh practices meted out against widows, how good or what's been the level of feedback and reception to the work you're doing?
Okay. As an advocate, right, just as I said initially, some people should speak out. It's not everyone that is speaking out. They are just dying out silently. Then the amendments have been made, but it's not all the states that are putting it into practice, you know, because there are laws, yes, but it's one thing to set laws. It's another thing to see that they are being put, to practice the laws that they've set. So far, the number of what many widows have been going through, like previously, have kind of reduced because so many NGOs are also trying to see how they could help, and so many other bodies.
Mercy Jo Blankson, thanks a lot for speaking with us. We indeed hope that you find, closure at times like this, and that you and your family, your children especially, you are fine and, get strength in these times. Thanks again, Mercy.